So we're going to look at the mat called Counting and Targets, which was one of the first mats we designed and still one of our most popular mats, because the goal is to give the students lots of ways to practice driving to, targeting, and counting objects, just as a single exercise. The first area is the black and gray ones, and there's many things that you can do with these that are outlined in the curriculum document. You can have students drive and count the lines, stopping or starting at the first, third, fifth, whatever. And then the gray ones use the light sensor to determine how far to go before you hit a certain density of that, and students can learn to measure the reflection with the light sensor and then use that in their programming. This is a very critical part of programming, as opposed to brute force programming, to be able to count where you are or stop at a certain line so the robot knows exactly where it is. Then there's other sections on there. There's some objects, like for instance the pluses and minuses and the various colored circles. Again, students can write programs using their light sensors to try to target one of these circles, then to stop and turn and go back to a different circle, or go to the third or fifth or seventh circle, and so forth. And again, it's to get them to understand how to count and to work. So then you get into those squares, and it's the exact same thing. And the reason we made them different sizes and colors is so that the robot has to work to make sure it is on track. So for instance, they drive down on the colored ones. If they see a black border, they know they've hit the edge, so the robot needs to adjust itself to stay on the line of the blocks. And then you get to the color area, which again, using both the black and white and the color sensors, can take readings here to make various exercises of counting, starting, stopping. And it's a great opportunity for the students to understand that the color and the black and white can have similar densities, and also to experiment with different lighting. Because I've seen events where robots have just not worked because the lighting they practiced under was much different than the lighting in the event, and the sensors were not calibrated properly. So it's a great way to get students to measure that and make sure they understand how that works, and even change your lighting around the board to see what would happen. So that gives you lots of ideas. We encourage you to look at the curriculum documents and to make this a really great learning experience. If students master this, the ability to drive to a certain object or count objects or read density, they will have gone a long way towards solving the challenge each year with more precision and more deliberate programming.